I'ma soon forget. So far between the lines, I'ma write a new set, a new beginning. Reflecting on the times that were that hard. I've fallen down many times, but I got mad hard.
Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy Mexican Lee back with another video. Today we got some things going on with GhoSSt that is going to pretty much get the floor just about done. I'd love to today at least get all the panels, the bracket welded in, cleaned up. I want to have the whole floor sanded with the DA 80 grit or maybe 180. I might even hit it with 180. The couple little small surface rust spots, we'll hit it with the wire wheel. Die grinder if I have to. I just want to get this whole floor done today. I got off to a late start. It's mid-afternoon, 1:41. So my son came over. He had to, pick up his mail. I spent some time with him. I had to go run and do some errands, man. So I'm finally back home in the shop, ready to get this stuff going. I was also able to get my Vogues dismounted. My homie Art from Art's Tires and Wheels out here in Fort Worth gave me a hand this morning. Got those dismounted. Those are about to be sold, hopefully here in a little while. The 17s. I'm going to keep them, I believe, for now anyways, unless, as long as if somebody wants them, they can get them, but they're not going to be super cheap, man. But let me quick turn this camera around real fast just to show y'all. I went ahead and bought these tires. They were one size too big. Homie back a while back told me what size to get. They looked way too small, so I bought this one. They were the next size up, 225/50. I should have went 215. And I still might. I'll sell these and I'll go ahead and get me another set. But I got 5 wheels, so I bought 5 tires. But these are the 17x9s. So if I do go back with Vogues, it's going to be the 215, 50, 17. Or I may go back just Blackwall Low Pros and put those back on GhoSSt. And then my stamped Dayton's 14x7s cross lace, I'll get tires for those and then put them on Lucky 2 times. But the idea was to keep this setup just like this and put them on Lucky 2 times, but I didn't really want to put the Daytons on GhoSSt, so, and I'm not buying, big wheels, but I just had to show y'all that real fast. I went ahead and got, this is the brace for the passenger side, the outer brace. Right now I'm drilling holes in it so I can go ahead and get it spot welded in. And then these are the plates that I made to go in the sections of the floor where I cut the rust out. I drilled holes in them so I could spot weld them in. Probably more holes than I needed, but that's okay. I'm happy with it. I shot them with some weld through primer. So once I get that bracket finished, drilling all the holes in it, we'll go ahead and start getting these plates welded in. But I painted those yesterday. I hit the floor sections where I kind of ground down. I cleaned up the metal real good around these areas where I'm putting my plates at and getting ready to weld those in now. So I got to come in here and move these blankets around a little and make way so I can go ahead and start getting this stuff welded in. Then once all that's done, we'll grind down all the welds, clean everything up, and then go ahead and start hitting the floor. We'll hit it with the wire wheel, die grinders, whatever it is that I'll need to hit it with. We're going to knock that out today too, because I want to get epoxy primer on this, let it set for a couple days, and then seam seal everything. Once the seam sealer dries, then we can go ahead and put the jute in here, the jute material. And then by then the carpet should be here. My seats and everything should be back from the upholstery shop, and all that can start going back in the car. So let's go ahead and get this camera turned off and get to work, y'all. All right, YouTube, we're back. Hey man, check this out. This is my first time ever using weld through primer. I wanted to try it out just to see what it was gonna do or be like. And I know a lot of the people that I've talked to said that you're gonna have some problems in the beginning, maybe even for a little while, until you tune your weld settings on your welder just right to be able to burn through that stuff and get a good penetration. I'm not a welder by trade. I taught myself how to weld, and I think I do okay for myself. I've never had anything, I never had to weld anything structural like a building, something that had to be welded to a certain amount of PSI or heat transfer, anything like that. So I've done plates on frames. I've built things here and there, and I've never had an issue to where the welds broke. So as far as repairs, floor panels, stuff like that, A1. I've always had everything. I mean, never had an issue. Like I said, on Lucky 2 times, I didn't even grind the welds down, and they looked decent enough to where there was no holes or porosity in any of my welds. Okay, so don't laugh at this. I mean, even if you want to, that's fine. Like I said, I'm not a professional at welding, but I can do enough to get the job done. But anyways, we got this plate welded in. I am going to go back over and grind my welds down smooth because I want to make sure there's no holes or anything that I missed or any burn throughs in either one of the 2 plates that I put together. So the driver's side is pretty much done. We're going to let it cool off a little bit. I got it pretty hot. You know, I kind of wanted to spot around, do a little section here and there, but man, I'm trying to hurry up and get done. Anyways, it's the floor. As long as the rust is gone and there's no holes in this floor, that's all I'm worried about. I'm not going to a car show and putting mirrors up under this car to show how pretty the paint is underneath the car. So as long as she's structurally sound and there's no holes or burn throughs or melt throughs or whatever you want to call it in this plate, and it looks like an actual piece of the car, I'm happy with that. It's going to get seam sealed after I grind all the welds. I'm going to go underneath the car, clean up the metal underneath. I'm going to seam seal that real nice and smooth to where you'll be able to barely even see it underneath the car. And later on, I think I am going to go underneath the car, paint the belly back white, so that shit you won't even see. So, you know, I ain't pressed, man. Laugh at me if you want to, but we're going to go ahead and get these welded in, both sides. So let me cut this camera off and get to work. All right, YouTube, we're back. Okay, so we got all 3 patches welded in, and man, that weld through primer, like I said, it's something that I'll definitely have to get used to. I'm not sure if I'll use it again. I never used it ever in the past, and I never had any issues with rusting or you know, any issues that I can recall. And I've had a lot of cars that I replaced panels in and kept them for many years and never had any issues. So I don't even know if I'll go back with that stuff. It's something different. I just wanted to try it. I seen a lot of people talking about it, so I said, what the hell, let me get a little bit and try it. But I don't know, I don't think it's for me. But y'all tap in the comment section and let me know what you think about it, how you use it, why you use it, you know, things like that. So maybe I'll get a better grip on it. But we'll see how it goes. I got another, you know, can and a half of it left still, so we'll see how it goes. But this is pretty much done, welded in. What I'm gonna do is I am gonna go back over all the welds with the grinder, knock them down. Like I said, I want to see if there's any holes that I might have melted through. I think I got them pretty much solid all the way around, but we're gonna knock them down with the grinder, smooth them out, and then go from there and see if I need to hit them, you know, go back over them and re-weld a few spots. I need to go ahead and change the tip in my gun, but man, it's pretty much done. The thing that I have to, let me turn this gas off, give this welder a rest for a little bit. This I did coat because I ended up drilling my holes in it where I was going to do my spot welds at. So that's been drying for a while. That will go right here in this section. I need to clean this down a little bit right here where I had to drill out them spot welds. So we're going to grind that down flat. And once we go ahead and knock these down real quick, then I'll come back and put the bracket over it and see more or less where it needs to go. Make sure it's you know, pretty much centered exactly where it needs to go. And then we'll go ahead and weld that in place. If it's off a little, if it's off a hair, okay, that's not going to be no big deal. But if it's off, way off, that's going to throw my tracks off on my seat. So I don't have the seats. They're still at the upholstery shop. So I'm not going to have anything to go by. What I'll try to do is maybe measure from on the driver's side, from where the bolts are on this side to where the bolt is on this side, on the, you know, inner and then outer edges. Maybe I'll run a piece of flat stock that's nice and straight, nice and flat all the way across, and then measure it from the brace from one end to the other, and then try to see how it matches up on this side. I'm not sure if that'll work or not, but it'll be close. It'll be close enough. So let me go ahead and stop for a minute. I'm gonna give this thing a little break, let it cool off a little bit. I'm gonna go in the house, get something to eat, come back outside. We're gonna grind all these welds down nice and flat, and then go from there. So give me a few minutes and then we'll cut you back on here in a little bit. All right, YouTube, we're back. I'm actually gonna go ahead and just pretty much finish this video up. I don't want to be on here too long, drawing these videos out too long and boring y'all. So you already seen all 3 patches are welded in. We're going to grind them down flat, double check, make sure there's no holes, no porosity anywhere in them welds. If there is, refill them with the, you know, go back over them with the weld, and then we'll knock them down again and get ready to put the brace on. Once the brace is on, the floor will be ready to just go ahead and start getting hit with the wire wheel, the DA with the 80 or 180 grit, sandpaper, whatever I'm gonna need to go ahead and clean that floor up. That's what's gonna be next. But I want to show y'all something real quick. Remember I told y'all I didn't take any pictures or any actual footage of the shifter and the bolts, the nuts that hold the seats down. I didn't do any footage of that and kind of show y'all how rusty it was. But if you go back in the video, in a couple videos back, and see where I pretty much took the carpet out of Ghost and showed y'all the holes in the floor, you'll be able to see how dirty and rusty this shifter was. But let me pull this out. We're gonna go ahead and rinse these off real good, hit them with a Scotch-Brite. But look at that, man. That thing was so rusty. Looks like brand new metal. I am gonna grease it up really good. Once it's all cleaned up and dried, I'm gonna go ahead and get everything hit real nice and clean with some grease, so that way she shifts real nice and smooth. But I even soaked these in here with it, along with it. These were covered in rust. So they're galvanized, they're made to not rust, but I don't know, they started rusting a little bit. So we're gonna take this outside and rinse them down real good. See, well that's not rust, that's butyl, to where it's supposed to seal them up. But these things were super rusty, y'all. Super duper rusty. So man, I love this, absolutely love this Evaporust. This thing was so brown and nasty and rusty. So anyways, y'all, like I say, man, like, comment, subscribe, and I appreciate each and every one of y'all, man. Please hit that notification bell. That way you get notified every time I drop a video. Boom, old school right there, buddy. All right, man, Mexican Leads Therapy Garage, we're out.
write a new set, a new beginning. Reflecting on the times that were that hard. I've fallen down many times, but I